Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulihil Kareem. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man istanna bi sunnatihi ila yawmiddin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers. Last week we started the Battle of the Tabuk and we talked about some introductory facts about this battle, and also we, in details, we talked about one of the Sahaba and his story, the Ka'b ibn Malik, that how he tried to go to, he has the intention, he has the means to go to the battle to join Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but because of his laziness, procrastination, he couldn't do it. And also we talked about how he repented to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted his repentance and mentioned him indirectly in the ayah of the Quran. And we also talked that the Battle of Tabuk is a long description of the battle, because this is the last battle, the last ghazwa of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. After this one, there's no battle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But there was no actual battle, as we mentioned, like Badr or Uhud. There's no actual fighting of two enemies. But there are a lot of incidents happened in this journey, because Tabuk is lot far from the Medina. It was almost a month journey, like 22 days to go to Tabuk and coming back. So we are talking about probably 50 days journey. And Rasulullah was with almost 20,000 people. 20,000 Sahaba was accompanying Rasulullah. It's a big gathering. This is the biggest gathering of Muslims and going to a jihad, fi sabilillah. And so that's why there's a lot of things happening between, a lot of incidents of the Sahaba, a lot of incidents happening, a lot of khutbah by Rasulullah, a lot of hadiths been narrated, a lot of fiqh issue has been derived from this battle. So today we're going to talk about some other incidents like this. One of the incidents that we talked about the fundraising of this battle. Rasulullah started in the mosque. He's preparing for the battle, and he wants to ask funding from all the Sahaba. And we talked about in a short way that how Abu Bakr and Umar had a competition. Basically, Umar and he wanted to compete with Abu Bakr, but he thought he brought half of his wealth for this battle to funding the battle, but then Abu Bakr bring all of his wealth. So now today we'll talk about a little bit about Usman radiallahu anh and also Abdurrahman ibn Auf. So Usman radiallahu anh, he was a rich man from the beginning, and he had a caravan that's coming back at that time. So when Rasulullah asked in the masjid that I want people to donate for this cause, for the jihad sabilillah, because we are going for a long journey, a lot of people. So Usman said, I will give 100 camel. Then Rasulullah said, who will give more, he will get Jannah. He said, I will give 200 camel. Then Rasulullah said, whoever will be this, I will be a shafa for him in the day of judgment. Usman said, I will give 300 camel. And when his caravan came back from the business trip from the Syria, because that time there's only one-time business, as I mentioned last week. Sahaba are not like me. They didn't get any salary like us we do fortnightly or weekly or monthly. They don't have like this. They have a harvesting period. They have some business. That's it for the whole year. Next year again maybe they will do something. So when his caravan came back, he sold all the caravan and everything, and he bring almost, some narrations say, 1,000 gold coin. And 1,000 gold coin, if you count in today's conversion, it will be probably 500,000 or something like this. And he bring in front of Rasulullah and he give it to Rasulullah. Ya Rasulullah, this is all for the Battle of the Tabuk. And Rasulullah was, touching the coins and looking at them, and he was saying that from today, Usman, whatever Usman does, Allah is forgiving him. He got Jannah, inshallah ta'ala. So he told Usman, and this is the hadith is actually used by Usman radiallahu anhu in his time of Khilafah. As you know, that people came into the masjid during his time, the rebel Muslim people, and they actually slaughtered Usman radiallahu anhu inside the masjid. He used this hadith. He said, didn't you know that Rasulullah said that on that day I have given this. And Rasulullah said, whatever I do, it is forgiven. Allah has forgiven me, Rasulullah has forgiven me. But still they didn't listen. So that's another story. When you go to Usman radiallahu anhu, we'll talk about that. Same way, Abdurrahman ibn Auf, if you remember, he's one of the 10 promised Sahaba, promised Jannah. And Abdurrahman ibn Auf, when he did the hijrah from Makkah to Medina, he has nothing with him. But he was like a born businessman. He has only a piece of cloth on his back, and he came and Rasulullah did a mu'akha that Abdurrahman, you will stay with this brother. He will provide you everything. And if you remember one of the answer, he said, you are my brother. I will give half of my wealth. I will give half of my house. Even I have 2 wives. Which one you like, the beautiful, you take the wife. I'll divorce her, you can take it. So because this is the brotherhood they had at that time. But Abdurrahman ibn Auf said, no, I don't need anything from you. Alhamdulillah, thank you very much. Just show me where is the marketplace. So he showed this is the marketplace. He went to the market. By the time, within 2 days, he did the business, He get money, he got married with another beautiful woman, and this is how he was. So he was also has a very rich Sahaba. Among the Sahaba, the only few Sahaba like Usman and Abdurrahman, they are the people who had money, and he also contributed a lot. He gave it's like 200 ukiya. Ukiya is kind of like a gold coin or similar like that. So he also contributed a lot for the Battle of the Tabuk. The next story was the story of the Bakkaun. Bakkaun are the people, actually these are the Sahaba, they were really poor, and they are old also, so they had no means to have a camel or to contribute to Rasulullah SAW or to go to Tabuk. So they have no transport, basically no camel, no horse. They can't even work like hard labor to earn money to give it to Rasulullah. They have nothing basically. They were really, really poor people. So these people, till the last day, from the preparation to the last day, they waited that if someone comes and if Rasulullah can buy some camel for us, because Rasulullah also buying camel from the different tribes to give these people camel that they can come. But at the end, these people couldn't go to the Tabuk, and they feel very sad. They cried, and these are the people called the people of Bakkaun basically, because they cried because they couldn't join Rasulullah SAW. And when Rasulullah left Medina without them, they were sad, and they were crying that we missed the opportunity to go to the jihad fi sabilillah because for Rasulullah. But Rasulullah, when he came and he said to the other Sahaba that those people, they are sitting in their house now, but they are getting the same reward that you are getting, traveling all this month to Tabuk and coming back and doing battle, whatever you are doing, everything they will get, because they have a sincere intention. And this is one of the greatest evidence about the intention. Innamal a'malu binniyat. If you have a sincere intention, and if you don't have money, like if I intend, okay, if I had 1 million money, I will give it to the masjid or something. And if I'm really sincere, and if I don't have the money, Allah will give me the reward, inshallah ta'ala. This is the evidence from that. These people, they got the reward, and Rasulullah explained that they will get the same reward as you people. The next story is about the two Sahaba. So it's a similar kind of story. So the Seerah, radhiyallahu anhu, he was like a not well-known Sahaba, but he was a Sahaba. He wanted to go to battle, and he went to marketplace every day to ask someone, can anyone share the ride with me? So he's asking someone so someone can carry him or give him a camel or anything. But nobody responded, because everybody was busy preparing themselves and everything. At the last day, when everybody is about to leave, he said to the marketplace, he was like announcing in the marketplace that if someone takes me, I will go to the battle. Whatever I get as a ganima, I will give all to you. But still you take me. Imagine their intention and their near brothers. Like he is going, he has nothing at the moment. He has no camel. He still wants to go to Tabuk, and whatever he will go get from there, he is ready to give it that. But still, he just want to go with Rasulullah to the jihad. This is their intention. How sincere they were to the command of Rasulullah Sallallahu. And one of the Sahaba, when he listened, he said, "Okay, you're gonna give your share to me?" He said, "Yes, I'm gonna let you go. Wallahi, I'll give my share to you, but take me with you." Then he said, "Okay, you can come with me." And this is another thing actually. When you have intention, your primary intention is to go to jihad, but the other Sahaba who is taking him, don't think that he's taking for the money. His intention is also going there, but he's trying to help him, and it is allowed in Islam. So and from this actually, the scholar has a lot of books. There are a group of people, they say if you do something for the Deen, you shouldn't ask for money. Like the Imam of the masjid, he's taking salary, right? Or the Quran teacher, but this is allowed because that is the secondary thing. And in a hadith, Rasulullah said the best money earned is the money earned through teaching the Quran. There's a hadith in the Bukhari, and also there's a lot of hadiths like this, but this is one of the best money earned by earning. So this is allowed because your primary intention to spread the deen, to spread the message, to teach deen something. And obviously you need money to live in this dunya and everything, so that is also allowed. You are not mixing. But if you mix your good deeds with the praise of people, then it's a problem. Then you don't have a class. So I'm doing this so that people say bah, bah, wah, wah. Then that's the problem. That is not your money. If you have money intention, that's fine. Okay, I'll do this. If I do this, like the people do Hajj. They take us to Hajj, all these groups. They earn money. They have business. But their intention is to take all these people, to guide these people to Hajj. In the same time, they are making profit. That's fine. But if someone does something just to get the praise of the people, then that is null and void. That is not going to be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the story of Seerah. So the other Sahaba took him, and they went to the battle, and they come back from the battle. When they came back, this Seerah, the Sahaba, he got few camels as a ganima. although there is no battle, but we'll talk about this later, how a Muslim got some ghanima from the nearing area or something. So this guy, he got 3-4 camel, and he went to that Sahaba, said, look, I promised you that whatever my share, I got 5 camels, I'm going to give all to you, because this is I promised to you. Then the other Sahaba said, my akhi, you take it. I didn't have intention to take your things. I just wanted to ask you, because you are the last person, so I have no intention to take your ganima. You enjoy this. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he also let it go, and both were fine and everything. Another story about this other Sahaba, Abu Khaisama. Abu Khaisama, he has the same story as the Ka'b ibn Malik. So he was trying to plan to go to Rasulullah, but he's being a bit lazy, and he has the shaitan was playing with him. Like he said, I'll go or not go or something like this. So at the end of the day, and Abu Khaisama, he had a garden in Medina, and this garden actually still there. Actually, it's a garden of the date tree. It is very close to the masjid of Rasulullah. So the day they are leaving, so he went to his garden. His garden has a small, like a water area, you can say, like a small lake or something. So he was sitting there. His wife prepared the meal and everything. So when he saw this thing, like the lake in front of him, and he has the dates and everything, and his wife spread in a cloth or something to sit down. Right away something clicked in his mind. He said, how come I sitting here? Rasulullah is traveling in the heat, to Tabuk, 20 days traveling, and I'm sitting here enjoying dates here in front in my garden. Oh Allah, what I did. And right away he changed his mind. I'm not going to sit even here. He, catch up his horse, and he started the next day. But because he's a lone rider, he could catch up. And when Rasulullah one day they reached Tabuk, and he's coming like one day late. One day morning, Rasulullah saw that a guy is coming riding from the far away by himself, and he said, Rasulullah, he said, oh Allah, kun Abu Khaisama. Kun means may Allah make it Abu Khaisama. So from the far away, he's seeing someone is coming. So this also makes proof that Rasulullah has monitoring all the Sahaba. He knew that Abu Khaisama has the means to come here. So he is asking, may Allah make this person Abu Khaisama. And lo and behold, when he comes, he said Abu Khaisama. So, and he said, oh Abu Khaisama, tough luck. Meaning that you're doing a sin, great sin, but you saved yourself, at least coming at the end. So he realized that he joined the army the next day. The next incident is the story of Abu Zar al-Ghifari. You all know about this Sahaba, great Sahaba, Abu Zar al-Ghifari. So Abu Zar al-Ghifari, he has a lot of stories about Abu Zar al-Ghifari, but we are just going to relate this story that is related to this battle of the Tabuk. So he was also very a poor Sahaba at that time, and he also didn't have any means. He had a camel, but it says that the camel was very sick or something, so he couldn't, get ready and join Rasulullah at the due time. He was waiting that his camel will get well soon, and he will carry the camel, take the camel and join with them. But it's been 2 days that the army has left Medina, the Rasulullah has left Medina, and his camel is still sick. So what he did, Abu Zar al-Ghifari, he took his backpack in his shoulder, and he started walking. Imagine, from Medina to Tabuk, in the hot desert, he started walking. And he reached there almost after 3 or 4 days later, or maybe 5 days later, to the Tabuk. And Rasulullah saw that one man is coming walking, and he said, Kun Abu Zar. Maybe this is the Abu Zar. And then he said a hadith to the Sahaba who were beside Rasulullah. He said, Abu Zar, he is walking alone, he will die alone, and Allah will resurrect him alone. And this came to true. In the time of Ali radhiyallahu anhu, there was some dispute happened. It's not a dispute, because Abu Zar basically, he had a different way of thinking. He thought that whatever money I earn for one day should be enough. If I have money which is more than my need for one day, I should give it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he was very austere, meaning he don't want to keep anything for himself. He had and that time, because in the time of Umar, in the time of Usman, the Ummah was getting lot of money. People never have seen this kind of money before that, and they were making the extension of the masjid, the building of the new houses and everything. So he was a big critic of this thing. He said, why are you doing this thing? This is all money for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You shouldn't have anything. You should have one piece of cloth, he is more in the juhud side and everything. So something, people are criticizing him because those things are allowed. I mean, if you have halal money, you can do halal stuff. So, but he didn't follow that way. So he was living outside of Medina in a desert area. And when he passed away, when he get old, in the time of Ali radhiyallahu anhu, he died, and his wife was crying on his deathbed. He said, oh my husband, I have no clothes even to shower you. I have no enough things to give you shower, and I am by herself alone. And they had an old like a servant at that time. So these are the knowledge. So how can we do this to you? How if you die now, how are we going to do your janazah and everything? Then Abu Zar said, one day I was sitting with Rasulullah and we are a group of Sahaba. And Rasulullah said, among you group, one of them will die alone. But still, other people will come and do janazah. And all of these people are died. All of those people in that group are died. I am the only one. So Rasulullah was talking about me. So don't worry, when I die, you take my dead body outside of the house, and Allah will send someone to do the janazah. And he is living not in Medina. As I said, he is living outside of the Medina. And that area is not busy area at all. And that was not a Hajj season. But still, his wife listened to him and took the dead body when he passed away, dead body on the outside of the road. And lo and behold, there's a big caravan coming from the Syria at that time, because that time was the time of the fitna, because there's some war going on between the Muslims, as you know, the Ali and Muawiyah and all these things. So in that caravan, it was Abdullah ibn Masud, the great Sahaba, then Ammar ibn Yasir, all these Sahaba were in that caravan, and they stopped the caravan and said, who is this? Then the Sahaba said, this is Abu Zar al-Ghifari. Then they all cried, because they give all the cloths and everything, did his janazah, and Abdullah ibn Masud, he led the janazah prayer and everything, and this is how he is been buried. So Abu Zar al-Ghifari, basically he walked to the Tabu to join Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The last thing for today is Masjid al-Dirar. See, all these Sahaba doing all these things to join the battle. They are giving, some of the Sahaba said one of the Sahaba mentioned that, he had nothing to give to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So all night he worked. He worked for someone, so he became a slave of someone. And he earned what? In the morning he earned some date. He took this date and gave it to Rasulullah that this is my donation. I have no money, I have only these few dates. Imagine, just few dates. This is my date. And there are some munafiqin sitting at the same place, because munafiqun are Muslim. They are sitting in the masjid or something. They start mocking at him. So do you think Allah needs these few dates? 4 or 5 dates you bring? What do you think? You are much poor, you keep it. You need this one. But he said, no. Rasulullah asked something, this is what I have, I will give it to him. And then Allah revealed a verse in Surah At-Tawbah. If you read Surah At-Tawbah, Allah said, who criticize those people who try to contribute from their hard labor, Allah is criticizing them. Allah will make fun of them, and they will have a great punishment. So this is the action of the munafiqun at that time. They don't even give anything, they are still mocking people. And from this incident, the scholar says, the mocking others, even if they do something smaller or something, we should not mock others. We should not say, brother, oh look, this brother, I saw him every day going to club or something. Now, in Jummah he's coming to pray. Don't say like this. Maybe this Jummah is much more, acceptable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the other prayers or something. Or maybe he's praying, we don't know. We cannot be judgmental like this. This is the sign of hypocrisy. If someone do something for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you don't know why he's doing this. Maybe he's fake, or maybe he's real. But we cannot be judgmental. We cannot be see, no, this guy is doing like this. We shouldn't make fun of these people. Okay, now this guy come and making this lecture. Now this just come making this donation. Now this guy come making this school and all these things. No, you don't say like this. If you say like this is a sign of hypocrisy. You shouldn't do like this. Now, at the same time, what the munafiqun do, instead of giving money to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they decided to build a masjid near the Masjid al-Quba. You all know the Masjid al-Quba, right? Which is close to Medina. They tried to build a masjid, and they built a masjid there. Why did they build a masjid? Because this is another, first of all, they said to Rasulullah that their leader, they went to Rasulullah and they said, Ya Rasulullah, most of our people live in that area, they're old and they have children. So when the rain comes and everything, it's very hard to come to this masjid. So we want to build a masjid. Rasulullah, because Rasulullah his nature is never be rude to anyone. He said, okay, that's fine. And then they said, but Rasulullah was surprised that he's asking money for Battle of Tabuk. At that time, they already started the construction and built a masjid. And this guy saying, the leader of the munafiq, he said, Ya Rasulullah, come bless our masjid, pray 2 rakah. Then Rasulullah said, he was a bit confused what to do, because because munafiqun are well known at that time. But Rasulullah never ever punished them, never ever executed them, because his policy was, they are still Muslim. And Rasulullah hoping that one day they will change. And that's why even when the leader died, we'll come to that point, that he went to do the janazah. Where Umar and said, no, Ya Rasulullah, don't pray janazah. He's a munafiqun, you know what he did. But Rasulullah, no, I will still ask forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he never said anything. So Rasulullah said, no, look, I am busy with the preparation of the battle now. So when I come back, inshallah. So he didn't promise him, but he said, if Allah wills, then I will maybe come to you. So when Rasulullah on the way to the battle of the Tabuk, Allah sent Jibreel and Allah revealed to the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam that and this is the 2 ayah, I brought this 2 ayah for you guys. This is Surah At-Tawbah in ayah number 107 and 108. Allah said that masjid they built, it is a masjid of haram. it is a masjid of kufr, and it is a masjid built for the division between the Muslims. So never ever go in this masjid. And these are the two verses in Surah Tawbah. If you look at it, it says, and those hypocrites who took for themselves a mosque for causing harm and disbelief. Disbelief is kufr, and division among the believers as a station for whoever he were. As a station meaning, there's another story behind it actually. There's another guy which is like a friend of Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul. So the leader of the Munafiqun, he has a friend. He was in Rome at that time. Because when Rasulullah came to Medina, he fled from Makkah. And he heard all these things that Rasulullah is conquering everything, all the battles and everything, Muslims are in power and everything. What he did, he told his friend Abdullah ibn Ubay ibn Salul, look, make a masjid there, I will accept Islam, and we will have our own base. A simple politics. That we have our own masjid, and I have to come back from Rome, so I need a base station. So make it. And Allah is saying, look, as a station for whoever has already waged a war against Allah and His Rasul. And then in the second rakah, Allah said, do not stand within it. Never ever stand there. No, don't pray there. Ever a mosque founded on righteousness from the first day is most worthy for you to stand in. Within it are men of who love to purify. So Allah is talking about that don't go to that masjid. But there's another mosque that was built on the first day, and people of that masjid are more purified. Now, from this last verse, there's another thing. Which masjid Allah is talking about here that is built on taqwa? Which masjid people are more tahara? Because that time there's two masjid. The Masjid of Quba and Masjid al-Nabawi, the Masjid of Rasulullah. So, there's three opinions on that. One of the opinion is that this is talking about the Masjid al-Quba, and few Sahaba asked about this verse of the people of the Quba. Why did Allah, you think this is your people? Why did Allah say that you are the people do yatatahara? Yatatahara means extra purification. What do you guys extra do that we don't do? That Allah mentioned your masjid here. So those people said that when you do go to the toilet, when you do our stenja, we use water. We use water. So it will be shocking to you, I don't know if you know or not. According to all the madhab, Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi, Hanbali, all four madhab, it is not fard or wajib or anything to use water when you go to the toilet. But it is a good practice. Because at that time water has scarcity. So there's no rulings on us that you have to use water. If you use tissue or a dry thing, that is fine. Yes, using water is much better. Much better, and we should have that habit and everything, but it is not like a compulsory thing. Using it like dry things, or if you're in the desert or something, anything the dry, that is the thing that minimum you have to do. If you do something extra using water and everything, cleanliness is always good, so that's fine. So those people say we use water. So that's why Allah mentioned that. That's first opinion. Second opinion, that is also mentioned in another hadith. The two Sahaba was actually arguing about this verse, and Rasulullah said no. Actually, in this ayah, the masjid is built on taqwa, is my masjid, this masjid. So they were talking at the masjid of Rasulullah. And the third opinion, because both are authentic hadith, authentic narration, most of the scholars said it is any masjid. Any masjid that is built with good intention and taqwa, that is the one that is enough for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the people who goes to masjid, they are the people of the purification and everything. So anyway, so the Munafiqun built that masjid, and when Rasulullah had this verse, he came back and he never went to that masjid. And later on, that masjid has been destroyed, because Allah said this masjid is a base station to raise a war against you people, and also this is for kufr and this is for haram. Now, the last thing, if you think some people from here, for example, go and build another masjid in ponds or something, we should not say that this is the masjid of Dirar. These people had argument in this masjid, now they went to that. No. Because why? Because these munafiqun are well known. Because we don't know, we shouldn't claim anyone that these people don't come to this mosque here, they build another mosque in the ponds, now they are also the same, like this. They are also building Masjid al-Dirar, they are munafiqun. No, we don't have the right to judge anyone, we don't see the mind. Maybe they have valid reason or whatever. And also, they didn't break away from the other group. They break away from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So to breaking away from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a kufr. But to breaking away from a group and community, it could be a fasik, it could be a sin or something. But it is not kufr by itself. So because a lot of time it happens in different countries, the Muslim countries, one group go, other group go, one group says this group is kafir, this group is kafir. All this takfir going on here and there, but we should not be like this, because we don't have the power to judgment. So inshallah ta'ala we'll finish it here. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.